Molecules are produced by the body and come in a wide variety of forms and carry out a myriad of functions. When these molecules travel to other tissues via the bloodstream, they're known as hormones. The interaction between hormones and behaviour is termed as bidirectional. This means that hormones influence behaviour and behaviour can influence the level of hormones in the body. The study of hormones is called endocrinology, and it's a branch of biology and medicine dealing with problems associated with the endocrine system. The endocrine system is made up of glands such as the pituitary and the thyroid, and of ovaries in females and testicles in males. Now, it's not particularly important for the average dog owner to know about the effects that hormones can have on a dog's medical well-being, as this can be dealt with by a veterinary practitioner. However, what every dog owner must be aware of is the influence of hormones on their dog's behaviour. Without exception, at around 6 months of age, the bundle of fun that used to hang on your every word and follow you around the house and never put a foot wrong, other than the occasional toileting issue, suddenly starts to display behaviours they never displayed before. All dogs go through the adolescence phase, but not all dogs are affected in the same way. In some dogs the effect may be barely noticeable, while in others the changes in behaviour may cause the family to seriously consider rehoming the dog. This is why the vast majority of dogs in shelters are 6 months of age and over, and there are far fewer at 3 years of age and over. Some of the behaviours displayed by adolescent male dogs could be mounting anything, including roaming, increased urination in the house, constantly sniffing and chewing anything, partly due to teething issues. Female dogs may display similar behaviours, but the most significant change for a bitch is when they come in heat and will probably become more interested in male dogs. An aspect of canine behaviour during this period is that of increased competitiveness and possibly displays of aggression, which could be associated with hormonal changes. These changes can mean that your dog could potentially display levels of aggression towards other dogs, either male or female, or indeed towards humans, something that you've never witnessed before. These changes will occur in your dog irrespective of whether you've taken your dog to training classes or not. However, if you've been taking your dog to training classes, your ability to control these issues would be far greater than if you haven't. This is possibly one of the reasons why so many people complain that they've taken their pup to training classes and it doesn't appear to have worked. This is simply due to the effect of hormones on their adolescent dog, which could quite possibly last up until the dog is 2 years of age. The issue of hormones throws up another question. That is whether to spay or neuter their dog. Now, in my opinion, there are just far too many dogs in the world, and spaying or neutering would effectively reduce the number of dogs created by accidental or irresponsible breeding. Everybody has a view on spaying or neutering, and the internet contains vastly differing views. Even canine experts and veterinary practitioners vary in their opinion. Irrespective of the benefits or otherwise of spaying or neutering from a behavioural standpoint, which in my opinion can be somewhat misunderstood, there are physiological reasons why spaying or neutering your dog can be of benefit. Spaying a female dog puts an end to her menstrual cycle. This immediately puts an end to the problem of bloody discharge present during this period. It also reduces the tendency for your dog to wander off to find a mate. This may indeed prevent you losing your dog permanently. Spaying your female will eliminate accidental pregnancies and will help in preventing life-threatening illnesses such as uterus or ovarian cancers. Unspayed female dogs are also prone to a very nasty and life-threatening infection known as pyometra. Spaying your female will also help prevent false pregnancies, which can be extremely distressing for your dog from a physiological and a psychological standpoint. Neutering your male dog could well make your young dog calmer and more relaxed in certain situations. However, opinion varies on whether neutering a male has any effect on levels of aggression, which by the way is one of the commonest reasons why owners consider neutering their male dog. However, neutering your male will reduce his desire to wander off and find a mate, and potentially reduce the risk of testicular or prostate cancer in later life. However, any invasive procedure comes with associated problems. Spaying or neutering can result in weight gain for your dog, which could lead to other associated medical issues if not carefully managed. It's also suggested that both male and female dogs can run an increased risk of a condition known as hemangiosarcoma, a cancer that affects the spleen or the heart. On hearing this, a great many owners will say, "That's it, I'm not having my dog spayed or neutered." However, this does not eliminate the other medical conditions that are equally possible if you don't spay or neuter. It's suggested that some very large breeds should not be neutered or spayed prior to 12 months of age due to potential hip or joint problems. This is associated with the interruption of hormones necessary for appropriate growth created by the procedure. However, I think now, in some circles, this opinion has transferred to all dogs, irrespective of size. I would recommend that any decision made regarding spaying or neutering your dog should be discussed with your vet, and not just based on the mind-boggling and often contradictory information provided by the internet, or a family friend, or your mate at work. Next time we'll discuss the potential problems associated with what are known as the critical periods in a dog's development.